What is going on, everybody? WeedleTwineedle here, and we are back in with another Sun and Moon Wi-Fi battle, and this one's going to be against Danny. Now, I battled my opponent on my Discord server, so if you guys are interested in Wi-Fi battling in general and want to battle me in general, definitely check out my Discord. I am not accepting battle requests over any other platform, so if you want to battle me, join Discord, okay? It's not hard to set up, and if you really want to battle me, you'll do it, and you won't regret it because Discord's a godly program. But anyway, looking at my opponent's team, we're having an overused tier battle like I agreed on. He has a very threatening team. It's also a dude this time around. Holy shit, I didn't think it was possible, but here we are. He has the balanced Pheromosa, Tapu Fini, Nihilego, Volcarona, Tapu Bulu, and Mega Metagross. And I have Carbink, Malamar, Octillery, Tropius, Gumshoos, and Porygon too. I couldn't remember that thing's name for a second. And this is a Trick Room team if you couldn't tell, hence why everything is low as absolute heck. So yeah, anyway, my opponent is going to lead off with this Pheromosa, as I'm going to be leading off with my Carbink. I mean, leading with Pheromosa was pretty much his best play because it beat every single thing on my team potentially, so probably his best play, but he probably figured that I do carry the sturdy ability, so he doesn't want to stay in on me, so he's going to bring in his Tapu Fini directly in on Carbink. Good move on his part because it likely carries Taunt, and you know, it can just scald me and stuff, so I'm going to just lay up my Stealth Rex here just because I want to pressure the Volcarona, and unfortunately Tapu Fini just comes directly out, which wasn't what I was expecting him to bring directly in, but it works, I guess, as here he does reveal the Taunt, but since I do carry the Mental Herb, it's not really going to affect me, as I'm just going to shrug it off, and now I'm going to be able to set up the Trick Room, which is going to be very helpful for me, so that's nice. So here, I'm like, well, this Tapu Fini is probably going to go for the Surf or Scald, so I'm just going to bring in my Gumshoos here, because I cannot get burned thanks to the Misty Terrain of the Tapu Fini, so Tapu Fini actually ends up going for Nature's Madness instead. Good play on his part, because it just does half damage, and you can't be immune to it, because it's Fairy type, and there's no immunity to Fairy type in the game besides Ninja, so yeah, but anyway, the Tapu Fini is going to withdraw, and he's going to bring in his Metagross here, as I actually just choose to go for my Z move here, because this Gumshoos set is very troll, hence why it's called Garbage. This is a legit shiny Gumshoos, by the way. It's the first shiny I caught in Sun and Moon. Actually, no, it was the second shiny. My first shiny was shiny Pikapak, but yeah, this Gumshoos was pretty hype. It had adaptability and was naughty nature, so its set sucked, but I mean, it's IV sucked mostly, so that's why I'm using it in Trick Room. And it has Breakneck Blitz, and it does do a lot of damage to this Metagross. And the Metagross is actually not Mega Metagross. My opponent told me that he believes in the Assault-Vest Metagross, and he believes that Assault-Vest Metagross is the light. So I'm not going to get killed by the Bullet Punch here. Is going to knock out the Metagross. So I mean, I guess that works, but I thought he was Mega Metagross, and I'm like, shit. But I guess he's not Mega Metagross, so whatever, we take those. So, in comes Jelly Ultra, his Nihilego. I love that Paper Mario reference, by the way. Props to you, bro. As now, I'm going to go for the last resort once again, hoping I could just knock out this Nihilego, but it lives, and I'm like, no. And now my Gumshoos is going to go down to the Sludge Wave. So unfortunately, my Gumshoos couldn't quite one-shot it, but it's okay. It tried really hard. Maybe if it had perfect attack IVs, it would have been able to one-shot, but it didn't, so god damn it, it's okay. Anyway, in comes my Carbink here, and he's gonna go for the Sludge Wave again, and I should be able to live it because I am Carbink, and I'm pretty bulky, as I'm able to live it, thankfully. I'm able to set up the Trick Room once again, and now, I was debating if I should just go for Explosion or Stone Edge, and I just decided to go for Stone Edge because I can still use my Explosion to nuke something. I mean, nuking's a little bit, is giving Carbink a little too much credit, but I could chunk something at the very least. As in comes the Tapu Fini. I should have used a Alolan Golem on this team. That would have been nuking something with Explosion, but I forgot to use it. I was thinking of using it on this team. That and Predominable, but there's only so many team slots, and I really wanted to use Octillery too, so yeah, this is the thing with Trick Room. I don't use it very often because it's not my favorite playstyle in the world, and I don't know, I don't have that many Trick Room Pokemon trained, so I just don't really like Trick Room all that much. And half of these Trick Room Pokemon aren't actually built for Trick Room, they're just slow mons, and my opponent's team was just really fast, so it's working. So anyway, in comes my Octillery here. This is one of those Pokemon that's actually max HP, just max special attack, max HP, but modest nature. I'm going to go for the Energy Ball here, and unable to knock out the Tapu Fini. This was a bad play on my part, because if I just went for the Focus Energy here, because I am a Focus Energy with Scope on set, kind of like Kingdra, actually exactly like Kingdra, but slow as hell, hence why it's in Trick Room, and I can just crit everything with Sniper and go from there. But I do apologize if you do hear my bird, because it's currently 12 p.m. I know it's not a.m., it's p.m. So I am narrating this in the afternoon and my bird is awake, and since he does hear me talking, that means he's going to scream, because I gave him 2 hours of attention earlier, but that is not enough apparently. So if you do hear him in the background, I do apologize, but I'm not gonna re-narrate this because I'm not patient enough to do that. So yeah. Anyway, in comes Tapu Bulu, and I don't want to stay and take the Horn Leech or Wood Hammer, so I'm going to bring in my Tropius here, because I do quad resist his Grass Tap, and he does choose to go for Horn Leech. Brings me down up. I'm pretty low actually, considering I quad resist it, and I'm like, that Tapu Bulu has to be either Life Orb or Banded, and he does not take a Life Orb recoil here, so I'm assuming that he is a Choice Banded Tapu Bulu set, so he is just going to go for the Horn Leech once again. He actually is able to freaking 4-hit KO me, which is kind of pathetic considering I quad resisted, but that's just the power of Tapu Bulu and grassy terrain, man. But gonna go for the grassy dance. I almost said grassy dance. Gonna go for the dragon dance with my Tropius, and this is the sub DD Lychee set. I wanted to use it on the off chance Trick Room kind of failed. I had like a last resort, though using another Pokemon besides Tropius may have been a better idea. But it's okay, we're gonna go with it. So we're gonna get the Lychee Berry with my Tropius, get the substitute off as in comes Volcarona, and I'm just gonna choose to actually go for Fly, which is able to outspeed me here even after the Dragon Dance. Kind of to be expected, honestly, but it's alright. My sub is going to fade, as now I'm going to choose to go for the Fly with my Tropius, and the grassy terrain is going to disappear, and now I should be able to knock out the Volcarona, but my opponent does make a nice play, and he's going to bring in his Defog Slut, his Tapu Fini, and I like that name too, because that's pretty much all Tapu Fini's used for is as a defogger, I've noticed, as I'm just going to go for the Fly onto the Tapu Fini and knock out the Tapu Fini. So down that thing goes. We get some nice pretty grass or misty terrain now, and I'm going to harvest the Lychee Berry, get another attack boost. Now I'm at +3 attack. Not going to do me that much because he does have Scarf Pheromosa to ruin my hopes and dreams of ever outspeeding it. This thing probably has like quadruple my speed right now just from running Choice Scarf, which is kind of sad. But yeah, the HJK is going to knock out my Tropius. Unfortunate, but not much I can do about that. And here, I'm pretty much going to get swept by Pheromosa. I got an attack raise here, and I have no fighting resistance on my team, so I'm going to bring in my Malamar here. Hope I can either tank the HJK, or I hope I dodge. But yeah, the miracle does happen here, and Malamar does dodge the HJK, which is just good karma, because my friend Andy told me to use his Malamar set, and it's actually Trick Room with Fling, Iron Ball, and I don't think it's the most viable set in the world, nor do I think it's good in this game whatsoever, because you get Tapu Bulu and Tapu Fini, but we're able to miraculously dodge the HJK, and Superpower doesn't knock out the Pheromosa. I really thought it would, because Pheromosa's defenses are paper thin, but unfortunately, Pheromosa is just too strong, so unfortunately, I'm unable to one-shot it, but thankfully, we're actually able to get another attack boost, so at the very least, whatever he brings in here, I'm just going to have to deal with a +2 attack Malamar with max attack, so that's going to be pretty scary for my opponent. As down goes the Pheromosa. I feel like the Superpower should have KO'd the Pheromosa, but not too big of a deal. As now, in comes the Tapu Bulu, and I know I can just die from Mega Horn anyway, even if I got like a million defense boosts, or just a banded Wood Hammer. So here I'm hoping that just Fling Iron Ball is just going to give me the miraculous nuke that will just one-shot this Tapu Bulu, but unfortunately, it just does over half, but no, it's still respectable damage considering this thing probably has defensive investment, because it looks like it's choice banded, so a little bit unfortunate there. But yeah, Malamar wasn't the best Pokemon in this game. I probably should have used a better Trick Room abuser / setter besides Malamar, but this Trick Room team was not meant to be serious. If I meant to use the serious Trick Room team, you'd see Magearna, freaking Cresselia, and stuff like that on there. So gonna go for the Fire Blast on the Tapu Bulu and knock him out, thankfully. As down goes the Tapu Bulu, the Bulu shit. I wouldn't say Tapu Bulu is bullshit, though Tapu Lele is another story. But anyway, in comes the Volcarona here, and I'm like, I should be able to tank whatever she wants to go for, but something, I just did not realize the grassy terrain was still up, and I just get absolutely just nuked by Giga Drain. And I probably would have lived that otherwise, because it doesn't look like he's Life Orb. So I'm sure I could have lived that otherwise, but I kind of played around that very poorly. I just didn't realize that the Volcarona could potentially carry, you know, Giga Drain plus the grassy terrain and just one-shot me. That didn't cross my mind for some reason, and I kind of lost my win condition, because I'm pretty sure the not Malamar, Octillery could have just Hydro Pumped it and just destroyed it, but unfortunately, the Trick Room Sushi team is unable to do it, and the Fire Blast is just going to do a lot of damage to me. I'm going to set up a last ditch Trick Room here and hope that I can get like a tri-attack freeze, but I'm not hoping for much here. I played pretty poorly in this game, so I definitely deserve this loss for sure, and my opponent played pretty well too, so I can't even knock him on that. So I am just going to go for tri-attack here, hope for like a miraculous freeze from tri-attack, but tri-attack unfortunately does not try hard enough, as the Volcarona is just going to keep draining me because he knows it's probably his best play. I'm not going to spend the time to recover because it's just not worth the effort. Even if it does give me the win in the long run, if I like get miraculous hacks, it's like, that's not a way I want to win, even though I dodged HJK from Pheromosa earlier, but that's different. That's Pheromosa, and I'm not the only one that complains about Pheromosa. Even Pokegame and Blunder complain about Pheromosa, so I'm not the only one that realized it was broken, alright? So, yeah, that's gonna be the battle, guys. Thank you so much for watching the battle. Unfortunately, I take an L for this one, but you can't win them all. If you enjoyed the video and want to see more of my content, definitely hit that like button. It really means the world to me, and your guys' support just really means the world, and I just love reading your comments, and I read all of them, and I don't know, I just love you guys, and I'm done rambling. The question of the day is going to be, what is your favorite starter Pokemon and through the entire series? Now, my favorite starter Pokemon has got to be Bulbasaur. I know it's a very original pick, but I love Venusaur. I used it in like every single run of Fire Red and Leaf Green, besides my first one, because I was in the Charizard hype originally, and I really like Charizard too, but I like Venusaur more a lot. And Mega Venusaur is like the only Mega I use without guilt, even though I have not used it yet in my Sun and Moon battles, but because it's just really easy to win with, and you cannot kill it unless you have Tapu Lele or like freaking Supersonic Sky Strike Ments, which is kind of sad. But that's going to be the battle, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll check you guys in my next video. Alright, peace.